Disaster. Disaster. Can people hear me now? My microphone was unplugged. Yeah. Can people hear me? They're saying it was the best intro ever. Good morning. What a nightmare. What a nightmare to start off. And we're going to auto draft. We're going to auto draft the first pick. Oh, no, that was actually the countdown to the draft. All right. We're going to start the stream over. Dear God. Well, what a beautiful day. Top Click Tuesday. We got the top pick. Mr. Vinegar, good morning. Man, I don't even think I could do that great intro I did again. You guys could see on the camera how good it was going to be. Yeah. Chris, morning to you. Mr. Vinegar, always getting in here first. Who Hames up, fam? Morning, Who Hames. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Yeah, I had to break down my streaming stuff, put it back together, and my microphone was not plugged in. It was right here in front of my big old face. However, it wasn't actually plugged into the preamp. Chris, good morning. Oh, he's saying good morning to who? Well, morning to you again. Morning to you. Yeah, go easy cards. It is World Cup season. It is beginning. And if I had more time, I was actually going to put on a soccer jersey, but I didn't even have my mic plugged in, so we can't expect any production value. Who Ames is doing great. Finished up a limb. Nice. I've only done one eliminator. Gunnar Ross, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Again, thanks for the membies yesterday. Means a ton. Gunnar Ross. We're working on the thumbnails, Emo Cowboy. We're working on the thumbnails. Again, this is a half man, half machine. We got Top Click Tuesday, so we'll see what the kick has in store for us today. But appreciate you, Emo Cowboy. Morning to you, Willie MM. Appreciate you. Mr. Worth, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the microphone disaster. We did at least have the elevator music, Daniel Cook. I hope you guys liked it. It's the best we can do. The best we can do. Just absolute nightmare start to the show. Morning to you, Emo Cowboy, though. Skeletor, good morning. Hope you're having a good one. I am glad I'm back. But we are back. Hey, Nez, GM. You know what? Where this would never happen was the Badge Bros, which you can catch at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. But appreciate you, Nez. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Money ain't a thing. Good morning. Who Ames would never have audio issues. Who Ames has a rock solid production system. Total shambles. Yeah, I know. If it was, yeah, we messed up, guys. But let's see what you know who never messes up is the sidekick. So let's see what they do. No, we just start. There's no running anything back. There's no running anything back. We just there's no editing here. All right, let's see though. The kick looks like it's gonna recommend one of the top 4 in ADP. Right now, not seeing anything different. So we'll see. Nico goes. Pickens goes. So is it going to be Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride? Wow. Is it going to have us go all in on the Arizona Cardinals? Let's find out. Let's take Jeremiah Love first. Will it recalculate like a GPS? No. No, the GPS is guiding us to Glendale, Arizona. So there we go. Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride. Best of luck to us. Chris says, underdog saying they'll give away $25 million if the U.S. men's team winning the World Cup is the safest. Yeah, I could probably safely make the same pledge. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Al Boogie, good morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, go easy. Yeah, poor Trev. Trev also had a brutal run out getting stuck with me as his partner, gallivanting across England. Can't even get my mic plugged in. Poor guy. But you know what? He's got some good stuff going on in his life. So, How Boogie, morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, but at least you have Nez. You got John backing you up with the underdog daily. You know he'll I'm sure he prevents any kind of tech snafus. Surely John Warner is who you want backing you up if anything goes awry. Chris noting that Nez got draft mogged on X. Some dude had almost 300,000. I saw that. They were It was kind of weird. They were showing off how many drafts Nez does, and then they were like, but that's not actually the most. It felt like a roundabout way to just take a shot at Nez and draft mog him. Emo Cowboy streamed for 3 months with his mic backwards. I'm assuming it would be harder to tell than like with this mic or the R2D2 mic. And sometimes people don't tell, people have different expectations of audio, so nobody's going to say anything if it doesn't like really sound bad. Yeah, classic streamer move. At least I had the correct input. It just wasn't plugged in. Mo FFB, morning chat. Hope you're having a lovely day. You too, Mo. I hope your morning's starting off well. We got a nice little Top Click Tuesday rolling along. We got Gibbs, Love, McBride. So we're, again, going to need the Cardinals to be good. Looking at the board, not really seeing anything too intriguing. Everybody has a running back except for the 5-hole no Badger JSN Chase Brown Devonta Smith. We'll see if they remedy that or if they keep on. Well, I read the wrong one. Jefferson Bowers and Rashi Rice. Good Lord, this is a tough morning. Colin, morning chat. Everyone, hope everyone has a wonderful Top Click Tuesday. Indeed. And if you enjoy the concept of top clicking on Tuesday, Legendary Upside, they've got Top Guy Tuesday, starring Pat Carane later. Absolutely recommend tuning into that. He will certainly do a better job explaining the inner machinations of the kick. But so it has basically become the Taco Tuesday of best ball here. Who Ames had his headset mic up instead of down for like 20 minutes. Couldn't figure out why it sounded weird. Nice. Al Boogie was the it's supposed to plug into the preamp, and I disconnected everything, and then when I attached the mic arm, I didn't reconnect it to the preamp, so it just was it wasn't plugged into anything at all. Sidekick wants Mike Evans and then probably Montgomery. Let's see if it recalculates after we take Evans here. I wouldn't mind taking Devontae Adams because I'm a little low, but you know what? That's okay. It's interesting the Sidekick doesn't like JMO. I rarely see it recommend Jameson. Only have 4% myself. So looks like JMO not Simmons super well in the leg up stuff, but we'll take Monty there. Emo asks, why Gibbs love McBride? Why not love Bowers? What did Bowers do? Why Gibbs love McBride? Well, Bowers, what did Bowers? Dad joke Tuesday. You can't, I'm easily confused. My mic isn't plugged in. And now I'm getting hit with dad jokes. Emo, as far as I knew, you didn't even have kids, so I wasn't even prepared. Wasn't prepared for the dad jokes. Oh my gosh. Al Boogie. See, everyone's in on the joke but me. Yeah, way over my head. All right. Is this even a dad? Is this like a caveman? I feel like I can hear Gib love McBride. Why not love Bowers? Oh my gosh. Jacob starting in the fourth feels right, says Arlox. Gosh, it feels late. It feels late. I will end up with a lot of Josh Jacobs. But although I'm finding myself taking Scatabo above him because now we see Scatabo running wheel routes in practice and looking spry. Go Easy Cards asking if Emo feels 100% safe this week. We'll let Emo answer that one. Who aims? Boogie's joke not over Emo. What? Oh, all right. No, there's jokes I didn't even know were happening here. Oh, he means Josh Allen. I thought you meant Josh Jacobs. Wow, Josh Allen at 41. That is quite the fall. That is quite the fall there. But if that's the new price, I will not complain. Yeah, the editor jokes. You can't dodge them anywhere, Emo. They'll get you. Bankroll going just so you think you can tout editing. I think the editing work was pro bono, for what it's worth. 100% with PPR backstabber. No, I feel pretty good though. The good news is Emo did a very good job as host. Emo, I thought you were one of the best parts of the streamer video. Yeah, Mo gets it. Perfectly cromulent morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. We had Joe Burrow go at pick 60 to the T. Higgins drafter. Our potential QB stacking partners pick 96, 97. Pretty live to end up with Purdy there. We'll see if the kick is valuing the stack or not today, because of course it is Top Click Tuesday. So we will be turning this draft over to the capable hands of Leg Up Industries. Emo has 2 dog kids. Yes. Editing pro bono. And OF was comped. So there we go. An in-kind contribution there to get your to get editing done. So it looks like we're going to end up with at least one quarterback. I'm assuming if I get Lemon, then Hertz will flip Drake May in the recommendations. But let's see. We may not even get the choice or the nope, Lemon's gone. So we will never know what it would have done. Caleb goes. So is it going to still have May at the top? All right, so we get a Drake May team. I'm hoping it moves Ramondre up and I don't end up with going May Hertz, but we'll find out. Wow, we're going May Hertz. I don't do this on my own. I will tell you, dear listeners, I do not tend to double tap QB in this range. So we're going to end up with a little bit of a different build than I normally do. We got Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, David Montgomery, Mike Evans, and Trey McBride. So a very a different team than I would build on my own. But Johnny Bags over here, love this guy next to me. He double taps Caleb and Herbert. Is Herbert stacked? Absolutely not. No, but he says, I saw you double tap quarterback. I want to be just like the sidekick. So there we go. This is a stupid question, Go Easy Cards, but Go Easy Cards asking me to do an eliminator. Is the sidekick up for a limb? I think it is. I could do that if the people are interested. But we'll see. We'll see what the people want. 200 pounds of dog in this house, and they feel like toddlers most days. Yeah. I haven't had a large dog since I was a child, but I do miss having dogs around. Oh, and good morning to you, Danny 064 GM. I think these are actual dogs, Go Easy Cards. I don't think that was a self-referential statement. And Chad, first of all, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great day. Do you think Lemon falls with his hammy injury? He might. I feel like Enchan, we're in the part of the year where we're kind of just like looking for reasons to shuffle the draft board. So I could see him slipping a little bit. I think drafters have a tendency to get a little bored and they look for reasons to move stuff around. And so that's as good a reason as any. He might end up kind of anchored where he is, though, because people like stacking him with Hertz. So I could see him not falling too far because it does make a nice pairing around the 6-7 turn. A limb +2. Limb +2. It'll probably fill before we are up, but we'll see. The limbs are fun, but tough to fill. Shady, first of all, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great one. Sidekick works for all formats in the underdog lobby other than week 1 to 4 contests when those launch. Awesome. All right, so we are definitely live to run in the limb if people want to see in the limb. 210 pounds of dog in my house, and it's just me and my wife. There we go. There we go, Mr. Vinegar. Sidekick doesn't know what it's up. Sidekick doesn't know what it's up for, just throwing names out. I don't believe that's correct, Mr. Boogie. I believe it is tailored to the contest. All right, we're coming up. Pick 96 right now. It's a little bit of a smattering of everything. Brock Purdy is fifth on the list of choices, even though we have May and Hertz. I mean, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't mind ending up with 3 really strong quarterbacks and then having some faith we can find gems with the late receivers. We'll see what happens, though. It's got Myers and Worthy at the top of the queue. I'm pretty live to end up with both of them. Doesn't look like it has interest in Michael Wilson, and tripling up on the Cardinals bet we already have. Yeah, Mo, asking biggest question is Tootin versus C-Rod. I am nearing total Tootin capitulation. I was kind of out on him. I was making my bets with the cheap C-Rod, and I'm starting to lose faith. All right, so Jacoby Myers at the top of the kick. Let's see if it recalculates or if Kyle Monangai continues to beat out Bo Nix. A late charge up the kick for unstacked Bo Nix over Purdy with Evans. That is again not necessarily how I would have played it, but we will trust the process. So Bo Nix rocketing up at the last moment ahead of Monangai and ahead of Purdy. Very interesting. I honestly don't know why it would change that, but I'm sure the sims that came up were in favor of Bo Nix. So there we go. I like Bo Nix. I think he is a perfectly reasonable play. But again, that's why we do Top Click Tuesday to get some different texture of teams. Daniel says, "What's one original thought you have about fantasy this season you think the industry isn't speaking on enough?" Let me think about that for a second. Personally, I think I'm higher on the like contingent value running backs than maybe the industry is. It's just because like we haven't seen it happen in a while. You know, it's a question of probability. Like, what's the likelihood that Saquon gets injured? Plus, what's the likelihood that Tank Bigsby ends up smashing in that world? And I think the industry has those probabilities kind of like pretty low, but I feel like the upside is there. So I don't know. I think some of the I think one of these contingent value running backs is going to be like super valuable this year. But again, it is hard to do because there's a lot more contingent value running backs than you think about. It's all very obvious in retrospect when like one of them goes off. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a truly original thought, but we've gotten pretty lucky with the bell cow running backs or the elite running backs staying relatively healthy, that I want to be taking some of those swings late in drafts. Bukowski, GM, CC, GM to you, Bukowski. I hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you. Emo, not sure what Emo and Al Boogie. Oh yeah, you're making. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? This is like being a teacher, and then all the kids are snickering in the back of the class. Like, all right, settle down, all of you. Third QB Bo Nix for that Week 17 game stack. Why am I blanking on who the Broncos are playing? Broncos. I thought they were playing the Chiefs. Or was that last year? Who are they playing? Boy, good golly. Are they playing the Ravens? Now I'm confused. No, they're not. The Bengals play the Ravens. The Chiefs play. This is nightmare content. They're playing the Chargers, I think. All right. Well, anyway, we're coming up on the clock. We're coming up on the clock. Double elite QB, then draft Bo Nix. I mean, it is taking the guy who should win you the most money, and the simulation said Bo Nix will add the most value to this team. It does open up some backstacking possibilities as well. I mean, I do like Pat Bryant as a late receiver. Tyrone Tracy goes. So Romeo Doubs, top of ADP, top of the kick, pairs with Drake May. I think that makes a ton of sense. And let's see, does it continue with wide receiver here? It does. Wow, Khalil Shakir flipping KC Concepcion. People giving me a hard time about my Shakir exposure. It's at 8%. I don't know. People still think I have like 100% Khalil Shakir. So there we go. We get Dobbs and Shakir there. Odds, the sidekick wants pick 15 Justin Jolly. Yeah. Well, if it does, we will be listening. Perfect crime at setting 18 stack with Pat Bryant. Yep. Well, Bo Nix wasn't coming back to us. I think it's using the sims and the math, and I think it thinks about things differently than how I think about constructing a team. And so again, that's why we do the exercise. Easy. Hey, good morning to you. Easy out there, working hard for the people. Easy Sheets, EZDFS.xyz. He's got a free overlay tool. I'm going to put that in the chat. Again, support our guy Easy. He's working hard out there. In season, he's got some great stuff. So again, make sure to check out EZDFS.xyz. I can't do a coffee pour. The free overlay doesn't work. Forget it. But it might next week. So there you go. That's why it's free, people. Don't yell at Easy if it's not working. You get what you pay for. Go Easy Cards. I can't do a coffee pour. I'll get sued by Pete. This is not a coffee pouring channel. Bukowski saying Emo Cowboy has one of the best stickers in the game. What stickers? Snickers? Oh yes, the emo snicker. We'll get you. Chris says, according to Coach Speak, Sutton might end up being the odd man out. I have a very hard time believing that, Chris. That feels like June chatter, but I don't know. They extended him last week, right? Not last week, last year. I have a hard time seeing Sutton on the outs. I would have thought that would have happened before they extended him, because I always thought he was rumored to get moved, and then they kind of like locked themselves into it. Broncos play the Pats week 17. Okay. Gosh, I don't even know what I'm. Okay, we gotta learn our week 17 stuff. I've been really trying to not get super week 17 pilled and stuff this year, because I feel like I was pairing week 17 stuff up too much and was ending up with like overweight the same combinations. Williams enjoys seeing the top click stuff just to see how it builds at the back end after a weird pick. Yeah, we'll see if it emphasizes a Bronco or not after that. McMillan goes. Omar Cooper looks likely to join this particular team. It's interesting. It's got Tyler Algier fairly high up in the ranks while we have Love there. Sean Tucker goes. That's pretty early for Sean Tucker. So we'll take Omar Cooper and then see if it actually wants Dallas Goedert stacked with Jalen Hurts or not. It does. All right, Dallas Goedert, welcome to the team. So for the audio listeners, we got a 3-3-5-2. Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix. So a really strong QB room. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, David Montgomery. And so we've really stopped at 3 for a while, and I see a sea of orange. We'll see if we even end up with another running back. Mike Evans, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Doubs, Khalil Shakir, Omar Cooper, and then Trey McBride, Dallas Goedert. So kind of an interesting team, really light on wide receiver draft capital, but mostly names I like. So I'd have to say I am happy with the way this team came out, or is coming out. It's just, again, it's just different than when I hand build. GM to you, OG Mans fan. Hope you're having a great one. Indeed, hashtag testimonials on the Emo Cowboy Snicker. Pete, you can't let Pete monopolize coffee pours. It's too late. He already has. It's the way it goes. Williams, I've been on the Sutton might be out by end of season for a while. I really thought they couldn't move him. I thought he was like one of those immovable contract situations. Miss Go Easy Cards lays down a knife on the coffee table in front of me before she starts to sweep. Are you married to the Joker? That's terrifying, Go Easy Cards. At least she lets you watch this program. I would be so scared if Mrs. Candles did the same thing to me. I gotta be honest, guys. Gerard says his targets down the stretch does not support. I'm assuming you're talking about Sutton. Again, yeah, I'm struggling on that with with Sutton. Emo Cowboy says, I think Sutton is once again a potential trade candidate. Last I checked, OTC saved. Okay. So there we go. Maybe this extension was longer ago than I thought, and now we're in the portion where we could trade him. ATX Bearcat GM to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Chris asking, you mean before the Waddle signing? Yeah, I mean, obviously Waddle, the Waddle signing, you know, I think that's why Sutton dropped like 40 picks in ADP from pre-signing. But yeah, I feel like he feels like the kind of receiver that's still going to demand targets and involvement, and isn't going to be really happy to get phased out. No shade to Go Easy Cards' wife, but my God. I just mean that Sutton will lose work by the end of season, not traded. Ah, okay. Yeah. Gosh, I just feel like Sutton could be really whiny in that world. Like, full diva wide receiver demanding the ball situation. Emo, they structure the extension restructure, honestly, in a way where beyond 2025, post June 1st, saves a majority of the money, not much dead money spread out over 4 years. Okay. Yeah, this is something I need to learn more of, is some of the contract machinations, Emo, because it does impact like who is likely to move and not, and it's very hard to keep track of, and there's not always a great central place to like find all that. Denzel Boston at the top of the kick. I have 2% of Mr. Denzel Boston, and now we'll get to 2.5% here. Jerry Jeudy, but an upset. Jerry Jeudy rockets to the top of the kick after taking his wide receiver mate Denzel Boston. Did not see that coming. So there we go. We add the two Cleveland wide receivers to the mix. I think we're gonna end up with only 3 running backs. I said that last time. I think this is hyper fragile. Go Easy Cards is making his own coffee. Yes, if my wife put a knife in front of me, I would probably be making my own coffee. I would be doing all like any household chore I could think of. The garbage would be out. Doesn't even matter if it's not coming for 3 days. Garbage taken out. We're clearing out the fridge. Definitely making our own coffee. Emo, either way, could be phased out by size and ability. Makes me doubt more likely traded than straight up phased out. Makes me doubt more likely. Sorry, are you saying he is more likely to get traded or not? I'm sorry, I think I'm misreading it. OTC does a good job. All right. Easy has 50% Denzel Boston, no exaggeration. You made fun of me for having in Slappy Central for having 50% Greg Dulcich. And now I find out you have 50% Denzel Boston. I feel like we're more alike than maybe you want to think, Mr. Easy. I don't know. I mean, I'm very light on Denzel Boston, but again, that's why we do this. Boston feels mispriced, says Who Hames. I think my problem is I of all the prospecting, I kind of was not that into Denzel Boston, and then he went to like a bad team, and it gave me more reason to be out on him. But yeah, I'll take some of him, I guess. Round 18 Shador. Yeah, we can't do that. Sherrod says his dead cap if cut is 39 mil. Oh my God. Seems like a lot. Daniel, Sutton gets traded, phased out, and everyone says they saw it coming. Sutton scores 10 plus touchdowns. The Broncos. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. Exactly. Everyone, it's going to be very obvious what happens with Cortland Sutton. Yeah, of course he was terrible. They went out and traded a fortune for Waddle. Why would you still draft Sutton? He wasn't that great anyway. Oh, of course Sutton's still there. Sutton was a smash. Waddle's always injured. Sutton is a great target earner, and an offense that's going to score a lot of points. What are you, stupid? Of course you Sutton in the 80s was a gift. It's all going to seem very obvious. Dulcich goes, I don't know if the sidekick would have been super in on him. Yeah, look at this. No green. George Holani is the top-rated running back on the kick. This is going to be Gibbs, Love, Monty. That's it. That's it. It says, be not afraid. You have locked down running back on this team. Chris Brazel goes. Ray Day goes. I really do like Dontavian Wicks. I hope this doesn't recalculate away. Okay, good. We get Dontavian Wicks on the Jalen Hurts team. Does it still want Ted Hurst? Does it move up a tight end? It moves Stowers. We are all in on the Eagles now. So there we go. We got now a 3-3-8-3. Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, Gibbs, Love, and Monty. Mike Evans, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs, Khalil Shakir, Omar Cooper, Denzel Boston, Jerry Jeudy, Dontavian Wicks, and then McBride, Goddard, and Stowers. So both Eagles tight ends. The Sidekick is giving you permission to do it. We've all thought about it, but sometimes we lack the courage. And then we also have Dontavian Wicks. So this is a very, very spicy team. Huhaim's noting about the post-June 1st deadline. Emo says he worded it poorly, more likely traded. Got it. Yeah, exactly. Like whatever Sutton does, we're all going to be like, duh. Chad and Easy, the Spider-Man meme. I feel we're not so different, you and I, except you're a lot better at math. Easy is a ball knower in the spreadsheet streets. Trot says, thank you. Was using SpoTrack OTC was more helpful. We got to get in the OTC streets. Yeah, the way this stream's, yeah, Huames, I apologize. If you started the day with this stream, you've been through a lot. The mic wasn't plugged in. It was a little bit of a struggle. We're building hyper fragile teams, but you know what? That's what we do here on Top Click Tuesday. Yeah, Miss Goisy Cards asked, why so serious? Oh my gosh. This team is wild, bird enthusiasts, but that's why we do this. That's why we do this, and I encourage others to do the same. Get out of your comfort zone. If you're a high volume drafter, don't just draft the same team 1,100 times. You get a little different. You never know. And it keeps it fun. It really does. Steven says GM, everyone. GM to you, Steven. I hope you're having a good one. Take both tight ends is very Rush Hour Tucker at the massage parlor scene. I've seen Rush Hour, but probably not for like 15 years. And I'm nervous to ask you to describe massage parlor scene, Emo Cowboy. So maybe this is homework for folks. All right, let's see. Pat Bryant at the top of the kick. Pat Bryant and Eli Raritan. I actually really hope someone takes Pat Bryant. I would love to end this team with Eli Raritan. That would be the perfect end to this team. If not, it's okay. I do like Pat Bryant a lot. All right, does it recalculate? It does not. It is Pat Bryant. So there we go. The 3-3-9-3. The 3-3-9-3 build. A PTSD stream every once in a while is good for the soul. There we go. This was a very unique team. A very unique team. Chris said one of my favorite team builds is 3-4-7-4. I think it works if the buys are spaced out. Yeah, I mean if you really hit those right four running backs, that does seem like it could be a lot of fun. No Cap, good morning. We're doing great. I appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. I am the KY. I need to see the result that this team was the solution for Sims narrative. Well, hopefully I am the KY. The solution was what actually happens this year. And this team was the shipper. Yeah, you came in for a good one. Ship it, says Huhams. All right. Do people want an eliminator or do they want a why not, a BBM? Let's type 1 for limb, 2 for BBM. And then I will hop into something at some arbitrary deadline. Curious what the people want. No Cap says a limb. Chad will explain the Sims reasoning in week 18. Wow, the limb is winning. Yeah, week 18. We will we'll review this team. People want the limb. The limb is running away with it. All right. We'll do a limb. I'm gonna hop into an eliminator, and we're waiting for 7. Huhames votes 12. That is the super Frenchy but super flex write-in candidate. Show us what the Sims say in a limb. All right, we'll find out together. Goeasy Cards wants a sidekick a limb. Yeah, Huhames did vote for option 12. Waiting for 1. Also, by the way, I should do better. I should ask for some likes. Can you like the stream? We listen to the people. We've got an eliminator going on. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub. All these things help keep the lights on. Consider joining the Wax Pack. It lets us continue to do things like Top Click Tuesday and hang out with all of you. But again, appreciate all the support. Speaking of support, can't wait to see the next episode of So You Think You Can Tout. See if our man Emo made it through. So I am very curious as to how these streamers versus schemers shook out. Shady says, pretty excited for this too. Haven't seen what the sidekick thinks about a limb since those Frenchies. Awesome. Well, we are in here. We are at the 8, and hopefully we like what we end up with. Paulino liked it twice. Like it a third time. If you like it, make sure to like it an odd number of times. That's all I ask. Goeasy Cards go for what, Miss Joe? Well, hopefully she voted a limb. I don't want you to have to explain that we went another direction. But this is gonna be a tough room regardless. We got Blueless at the 3, Biff Tannen, aka Cullen, aka Cullian at the 5, Goods, last year's big board champ at the 6, myself at the 8. I am the KY at the 9. Gunnar Ross, last year's eliminator runner-up and Dog Bowl finalist. Gunnar Ross at the 11. So my gosh, this is not going to be the easiest room. So a good test in prod of the sidekick here. All right, 26 likes out of 63. We've had better ratios, Chris. I'll shoot straight with you. We've had better ratios, but hey, you know what? I got to earn those likes. I got to earn it. Yeah, exactly. I feel bad, but it was the knife thing scared me a little. Gunnar Ross will top click also. All right. And I believe him when he says that. So we can take a look at what Gunnar Ross is up to as well. Donnie Murphy, GM to you. Hope you're having a great one. Emo says we still have, well, let me make my top click, which is Amon Ra. So we stick with the ADP. Also, let me switch up to, oops. We'll put a little night driving on. We still haven't heard which team won or lost, and thus waiting to hear about a tribal vote. Yeah, it's got to be tough waiting. It has got to be tough waiting. Let me keep the board up though, so people can see what's going on. Yeah, best of luck, Emo. Best of luck. No cap. Can someone convince Underdog to become legal in Louisiana ASAP? Oh, yeah. I was down there. I've weirdly been to like New Orleans 2 or 3 times in the last like couple years. And yeah, they keep, it stinks. It stinks they do not allow Underdog. Crutches, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Do not look at PGA DFS. It's too gross. I did look, and it is gross. Everybody that you want, that you're like, oh, this would be a really fun $7,200 player is like $8,900. It's pretty tough. But hey, AJ Ewert still $6,900 on DraftKings. I am a randomly really like AJ Ewert, and so I'm probably gonna roster him. I meant 2 accounts, so 2 likes. Oh, even better. That's way better. I thought you just clicked the button twice and in that unlike the video. All right, so it's got Hampton and Ken Walker, so we're pretty likely to get one of those. Interesting, it's got London, Bowers, McBride, all ahead of Chase Brown. Oh no, it reshuffled. Oh, no, it didn't. Yeah, Chase Brown, it has a little bit lower. So let's take Omari and Hampton. looking at bye weeks, we've got a week 7 and a week 6 bye. And so hopefully we can get past that and get make it to that week 8. I can't remember where the money starts, somewhere around there. Emo, I know, no cap. I want to draft when we visit in-laws in New Orleans. Yeah, I feel like anything goes in New Orleans, and then you can't do underdog. Yeah, brutal draft here. I have no knowledge of anything. I don't know if Emo has any more color. Hey, Who Hames? Thank you so much for the support. Let me get your candle rocking and rolling here. Let me get you going. Who Hames, appreciate you. Let's get you and by the way, make sure you're subbed to Who Hames. He's got really great stuff. He comes on in the afternoons. He's hit Who Hames has, I think you have 2 more subs than me, Who Hames. I think you have 2 more subs. If you're not subbed to Who, we can widen the gap here just a little bit. Make sure to sub. Make sure to sub to Mr. Who Hames. But Who Hames, thank you so much again for all the support. We got Who Hames on 6/9/26. All right. Goods will oblige. Top Click Tuesday as well. All right. I mean, we've got the 3-way battle so far. Who Hames, appreciate you. Let's get you fired up here again. Welcome to the Wax Pack, Who. Thank you so much. Thank you. No cap, MC. I can only draft underdog right now when I visit family in Texas. So we have the opposite problem. Family's like, why are you coming here every week? Emo with the invitation. Yeah, Emo as the draft house. Emo with the draft house. Bukowski, MLB DFS has been superior. I am not in those streets. Let's see what the kick wants us to do. It does not want us to take Josh Allen. It wants us to take Kyron Williams, which probably makes a good deal of sense. Again, we have nice spaced out buys. Week 11. So far, so good. Lou Dog, hi Chad. I'm here for AJ Ewert. Yes. AJ Ewert, talented player. I feel like he's still a little disrespected in the market, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, there's the temptation to use the Canadian players like in their home country open, and then it's probably a lot more pressure. You got like family obligations, so I don't know. But I do feel like AJ Ewert is underpriced in on DraftKings.com. No Cap says, bet maybe one day we'll make it happen. Would love to rip some draft with Emo Cowboy himself. Likewise. Jake says, member for 2 months. Hey, Jake, thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Vinegar. I love I want to do something for at the 3-month anniversary, and I need to find a way to keep track of that for people because oh, Fooey. This is more of a player take thing. I'm just pretty low on Bucky Irving. I don't like the vibe. We will take him. I wouldn't mind from a roster construction taking like DeAndre Swift right after him. This is more just like I don't really like Bucky this year. I have grave concerns about the injury that he's dealing with being more severe than we know. But that's the way she goes. Who Aim says we'll both hit 1,000 before kickoff. That was my goal, was to hit 1,000 before football season, and I'm glad that you think it's doable, because I would love to make it to 1,000. The Pete email just hit. Wow, says Emo. Wow. Emo with the teaser. Let me check my email. Let's see. See what it says. Chris says, how does one get the fancy comment for membership length? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we need the beans. No Cap's asking. OG Mans is asking. Yeah, Jake doesn't know. Jake doesn't know how he did it. Drinks and drafts on me, No Cap. Oh, See, we can start. Are these celebratory drinks, Mr. Cowboy? We gotta know. We gotta know what the email said. Chris said, I've been a member for 2 months, just a few minutes less than Jake Vinegar. I know. Mr. Vinegar was the first member on the channel. Bucky feels even more high risk, high reward in Elim. Yeah, it's not even this that it's Eliminator. I just struggle with it. It's really I'm afraid of the injury stuff with him. All right, Sidekick wants Devontae, and we will do it. So this will be another Week 11 bye, but that's okay. That's pretty far in the future. Don't mind making a bet on a good offense like the Rams there. So we will take Devontae Adams, who's at the top of the kick. Checking in on our kickmates goods. Anchor RB, CMC, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Ted McMillan, Jalen Waddle. So he's got the anchor running back. Gunnar Ross, Cook, Saquon, Garrett Wilson, David Montgomery. Wow, Colson Loveland goes at pick 58 here. That is so late. I'm going to play a ton of a limb if I can get my guy Loveland at pick 58. Good God. Huame says it's basically 3.5 subs a day to get there. All right. I'm going to shoot straight, Huames. I don't usually add 3.5 subs a day. For anyone wondering how the grind goes, a good day is like 3 to 4 subs. But I would we're going to try. We are going to try. I would absolutely be thrilled to hit 1,000 subs before the season. Jake says, click the dollar bill by the comment bar, and it looks like Chris found it, and so did Gunnar Ross. Hey, appreciate all of you so much for the support. Truly thank you for it, because again, it helps me keep on doing this. Sidekick wants Jadarian Price. Well, week 11 could be tough. I'm going to shoot straight with you guys. It'd be a good problem to have to get to week 11, but we're going to be dealing with a few bye week issues with Kyron Price, Devontae Adams. But you know what? That does lead us with Hampton, Bucky, and Amon-Ra still playing that week. And again, if we're going to have another week 11 bye, having it with the running back, our fourth running back, I'm a little less concerned about. Gunnar Ross, I do believe you were third. I do believe that. Chris says traffic will pick up as the season nears. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it is funny because it is almost like a turnover of viewers. There's definitely a decent amount of people that watch pre-draft content and then not the daily games. And then there's people that watch the daily games that aren't interested in the best ball stuff. But not every channel does both. I'll say that. Not every channel will be with you year round, but we will. So again, can drop a like, drop a sub. We are we will be here into the football season when it gets rolling. Yeah, Gunnar Ross was number 3. Go Easy Cards. Who's still upset? I destroyed him in a DK Millie draft yesterday. Oh yes. Who with no response? GM to you, C Money. I hope your morning is starting off well. Go Easy Cards though says that his team won't advance out of the... So what did you do? Did you just like kamikaze your team into his? You just went out of your way to snipe poor Huhames. So Gunnar Ross here, he's only got one wide receiver with his kick team. Cook, Saquon, Garrett Wilson, Monty Pollard, and then Drake May. And Goods here, he adds a second running back with Jalen Warren. Goods, I like your team better than mine. I gotta be honest. This is the kind of team I probably would be more a little more comfortable building, or maybe it's just I just don't like Bucky. I think that's where I'm struggling there, because I'm viewing him as almost like a zero, and I shouldn't, right? I mean, he's still he's cheap enough to where he's not as risky as he was. Sidekick wants DK Metcalf, and we will oblige. It's a very different ADP landscape here. This is only my second limb, so I'm not really as comfortable doing these, but we'll take DK Metcalf. I think that's perfectly fine. Go easy card. Shady, first 5 rounds. Grade how the sidekick is doing in a limb. I feel like from a structural standpoint, I like my team. Like, I feel like if this was Swift instead, I would say I really like my team. That's a player take issue, right? Like that's not like I don't like what it did. I just, again, that's to me just I think those are different things. I like from a structural standpoint how this team is being put together. But again, that's one of the reasons I like to kick. It gets me taking players that I don't take every time. This is we are a sweaty community, Chris. We are a sweaty community. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see. Do we get Herbert? Do we get Herbert, or does I am the KY take him? No, he takes Mahomes. We will grab Justin Herbert, stack him up with Omari and Hampton. So there we go. Our first quarterback on the board. Go Easy Cord says, Huaim says that his team's fine, but Go Easy Cards is legit. Gunnar Ross doesn't think he gets another running back. You did take 4 through 5 rounds. I'm curious. Huaim's, it never feels good to force draft. Yeah, DraftKings quarterbacks go really early. They go early. Jake says, I did 3 early limbs and got 3 round 2 Josh Jacobs shares, and I think I'm retired from a limb now. That's why you wait. That's why. Did Purple Yosh teach us nothing, Jake? These are better to wait on. But you know what? We'll run a few early in the year. People did want to see the Top Click Tuesday limb teams. What do you think is wild? What do you think is wild? I'm curious. Emo. Shady says to Go Easy Cards, I don't get to grade it. It has the right answers. I like to see how it's solving things with the injuries and stuff. Yeah. To me, one of the things I'm most curious about, and is the most proprietary, is like the assigning the likelihood to injuries. Because I think that's something that is such a math problem, and I think my human brain skews it to like players get hurt a lot. And in reality, like a lot can be assigned a number, and I just assign it a high number. And I think that's like one of the most interesting edges that like the Sims can provide, is actually like mathematically solving for that versus just pure vibes. Chris said the 3 known sidekick users in this draft have very different builds going. Yeah, and I like to see that. I definitely like to see it. You are not late. You are perfectly on time. We're doing a Top Click Tuesday, a limb. The machine wants me to take Wandale here. So Wandale, a little bit of a reach as far as ADP, but no problem there. Grabbing him. This range of wide receivers, it's a pretty flat tier for me anyway, between Addison, Worthy, Pearsall, and Wandale. I can't say if the market just like flipped any of these guys, I don't really feel like any of us would notice in any great deal. As Davis will say, these guys have to go in an order, and I feel like sometimes that's very poignant. All right, this has been a big run of quarterbacks. Would love to get Baker on this team. I'm curious if the sidekick for a limbs likes this stacking quarterback with running back. Like we have Herbert and Hampton stacked. We're pretty likely to get Baker and Bucky stacked, depending on what I am the KY does. You know, is that like a no, we don't get Baker. That's unfortunate. Wow, completely recalculated away from Pitts to Jake Ferguson. All right. I'm wondering if that's a function of like you build in a higher floor for a limb. Like if you have the QB and the running back, like you're on a good offense, you're likely to get something out of it. We're not like necessarily need the giga high win a GPP ceiling, or if that was just like Baker is a good pick at pick 112, 113. I am a little curious if the simulations like the QB running back stacks more here than in other places or other formats. GM to you, Hartman. I hope you're having a good one. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Chris says, Purple Yosh, you already got a call out in the stream. People say you're good. It's true. It's true. Purple Yosh and Gunnar Ross being hanging out here. Really, if you're into a limb, this is the chat to hang out in. It truly is. Bukowski, I need a sidekick that says, do not draft Keaton Mitchell. You're not going to get that from me. I am a Keaton Mitchell drafter. So there we go. Oh, by the way, Who Hames? We never put on Candle Cam. Who Hames? Oh, here, let me. All right. Wanted to make sure you could see the name. I didn't want you to think that you had gotten a blank candle. But appreciate you so much, Who. Again, super excited to see the growth on your channel. You have shattered past 500 subs. Very well deserved. Yeah, Yosh is just one spot better. It's crazy that one spot is worth I'm not even gonna say that. It was worth 100K. As I was saying it, I was like, why would I bring that up? Gunnar Ross knows what that was worth. I apologize, Gunnar Ross. A hell of a run by your team, though. Goezy Cards has an epic future announcement that will accept sponsorship. Oh, yes. There we go. All right, we are up. The sidekick says, take CJ Stroud. He's by week 8. We will take CJ Stroud. I would also, again, very curious to see if the sidekick kind of forces 3 QB. I hope it does, because I think I'm pretty 3 QB pilled for the Elim, but we'll find out. We will find out. Purple Yosh, true. Gunnar Ross is Gunnar Ross is awesome. Gunnar Ross is one of my favorite people I got to meet at the Dog Bowl. Skoshi, good morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. I'm still wondering too, no cap, what is wild according to Emo. I am very, very curious. Chris, was that one spot important? Nah. It's fine. Flat payout structure. Yeah. Bone Ruler, first of all, good morning to you. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Yeah, Kyle Pitts at pick 120. I'm telling you, some of these Elim ADPs I'm way in on. Although this was past ADP. I think he just fell in this particular draft. Dalton Kincaid at the top of the kick. Again, I would love to see it. I would love to see aggressive QB, but the sidekick says, "Don't worry, do not worry. We will figure that out." So I am the KY takes Tajay Spears, and we will take Dalton Kincaid. So for the audio listeners, we got a 2-4-4-2: Herbert, Stroud, Omarion Hampton, Kyron, Bucky, Jadarian Price, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Wandale, and then Ferguson and Kincaid. So far, so good. We'll check in on Goods, another sidekick team. CMC, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Ted McMillan, Waddle, Warren, Jordan Tyson. So 2 running backs and 5 wide receivers through 7. And then goes Purdy, Jonathan Brooks, Rashad White, Travis Kelce, Aaron Rodgers. I am curious, Goods, were you sticking with the kick? Was the kick recommending Aaron Rodgers there at 139? Or did you panic and take a quarterback? I have a feeling, I don't know why, Goods. I think you took a quarterback. We'll see if we can do a soul read on the sidekick or not. Gunnar Ross, 2-5-4-1. Cook, Saquon, Garrett Wilson, Monty Pollard, Drake May, Harold Fannin, and then a string of 4 receivers: Reed, Addison, Dobbs, Casey Concepcion, and Danny Dimes. Good says full top click. All right. I believe you. I was just curious. And now, looks like we have a slew of wide receivers at the top of the kick here. Again, the exposures would be strictly eliminator related. I've only done 1 eliminator, and I don't think I've viewed my elim exposures, so it's not going to populate in here. Omar Cooper seems like he's going to be the pick unless it switches. and we get Omar Cooper. So nice little bye week diversity on this team. The only week early on, week 11, looked like it could be a little tough, but we haven't taken any more from there. We have 2 wide receivers in week 9, but that's, again, you're going to have some bye week overlap. Goods had Warren. Hey, again, we see the QB running back pairing. I'm very curious if that's, again, just happenstance or if that's a intentional kind of thing. All right, Gunnar Ross up on the clock. He takes Brenton Strange. We got 2 receivers at the top of the kick, Tucker and Juwan Jennings. We'll see where the room takes us here. Geno Smith, sort of the last bastion of starting quarterbacks. Doesn't look like he's going to bubble up to the top, but we will find out. I am the KY takes Jennings, so I'm sure we will have Trey Tucker. We will take Trey Tucker. A couple later picks with week 13 buys, but again, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Let's see. What are we at? What are we at in terms of likes today? We are 44. If we can get to 50, we'll do another draft. And then we can decide if we want to do another elim, if people like the elim, or we could do a BBM or puppy. Whatever the people want. Purple Yosh, my team had Stafford, Kyron, and Adams. It's nice capturing so much of a good offense. Yeah. Just got to watch the buys with that, obviously. Was that in the buy apocalypse week? I can't remember if the Rams were the week like everyone had a buy last year. It probably makes it easier to sneak through a team like that because your opponent that week is probably running into trouble too. Zach Religious, GM to you. Zach is here for Top Click Tuesday. Appreciate you so much, Zach, hanging out. You can see one of the architects of this team. Truly, we have been top clicking all day, including this eliminator team. So appreciate you so much, Zach, for stopping by. No cap, smash the like. Smash the like. Okay, yeah, Purple Yosh. I thought I remembered that. So yeah, it does logically make sense that if you're going to end up overweight on a bye week, to do it when there's a lot more teams on bye. All right, AJ Barner goes. Mendoza goes. I was hoping to end up with Mendoza, but you know what? That's the way she goes. Kate Otten, welcome to the team. So we're probably just going to end up with 2 QBs, Herbert and Stroud, although now Jacoby Brissett is moving his way up the kick rankings. And Xwall says BBM. We will have an unofficial vote. I'm more than happy to do either one. Whatever people want to see, we can do. I was really interested to see how the Sidekick would build a eliminator team, and so far again, I like what it's put together. I think personally I'd be more aggressive trying to get 3 QBs, but with Herbert and Stroud, we're probably in decent enough shape there. Although if Dippin doesn't take Jacoby Brissett, I think the kick is going to have us do that. So there we go. I think we will get Brissett. I'd be a little surprised if I am the KY went 4 QBs. And there it is. All right, so we do end up with the 3 QB team. Jacoby Brissett, welcome to the crew. We'll see if the week 14 bye has any relevance whatsoever with Jacoby Brissett, because I think a lot of us are assuming he is unlikely to be playing in week 14, but you don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen with the Arizona QBs. And again, I think I'm more likely to take him in something like the elim, where even if he only has early season value, that is going to be important to just get us through. And I have to imagine, if he can at least take us past the Herbert and Stroud bye weeks, he will have done his job. So I don't mind Brissett in elim. maybe as much as I'm like a little about taking him later on. Shady says might be because your other QBs have 7-8 bye. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. If you can bridge us to the bye weeks, then I'm happy with that. Cullen says work popped up and autoed most of this draft. Hopefully my ranks are good. Let's see, Biff. Looks good to me. I feel like your team seems perfectly reasonable. I can shout it out in a sec. We can review some people's teams in here, and then hopefully we'll be at 50 likes and hop into another one. I think we hit 51, so really appreciate that. Again, the support has been so cool. So thank you for that. Oh, Cooper Kupp. I think my only Cooper Kupp shares are on Top Click Tuesdays. So we'll take Cooper Kupp on the team and then see what our last pick is. Again, only 4 running backs. The Sidekick is not afraid to stop. We saw our BBM team ended with 3 running backs last time. This Elim team looks pretty live to end with 4. Just as it stands with the information we have, these late running back clicks are just very unlikely to help your team out. I think that's what the Sims are showing. Leo Longoria says the best ball bro will build up Dulcich when they turn around and draft Ferguson. Don't buy all the content. Leo, I have like 55% Ferguson. Excuse me, not Ferguson, Dulcich. I will not. I try to be very transparent. I show my exposures on the bottom. I will tell you them. If I say I like a guy, I'm going to click him. So I am. This is definitely a Greg Dulcich channel. Ferguson's fine. I'll click him occasionally, but a big Greg Dulcich fan. All right, let's see what I am the KY does. He winds the clock. The Sidekick likes Pat Bryant. I like Pat Bryant as well. We'll see if we end up with him. I am the KY. He takes Pat Bryant, so we don't get Pat Bryant. And we end up with Elijah Surratt instead. So there we go. We got a 3-4-8-3. Herbert, Stroud, Brissett, Hampton, Kyron, Bucky, Jadarian Price, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Wandale, Omar Cooper, Trey Tucker, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Surratt, and then Jake Ferguson, Dalton Kincaid, and Cade Otton. So there we go. Kind of a fun Elim team. Cullen, I see I got Coleman and cringed a little. Otherwise, looks decent. We'll check your team, and when everyone is done, I'll check the teams. Because the reason I wait here, if I put on like Bluelist's team and I'm trying to look at it, as soon as Hot Soup drafts, it switches back to my team, which makes reviewing teams on this screen like not work. It's really annoying. It's one of my pet peeves. Leo says that Mooney is a good click if Neighbors misses time. He did excel under Nagy when both weren't. It's just a little concerning how many wide receivers they've brought in, Leo. That might be a name that I kind of want to wait till camp has a little more news to like, so I don't mess that up and end up with like a bunch of like their wide receiver 4. All right, let's see. Cullen, how did you end up this year? So he claims his team was mostly auto drafted 2772, Hurts and Malik Willis. All right. Javonte, Swift, Tootin, Jonah Coleman, Ray Day, Braylon Allen, and Marshawn Lloyd. So sort of the opposite of my team and the other Sidekick teams, where we stopped at 4 running backs. Gets all the way up to 7 there, going for a few of those contingent upside swings on this team. JSN, BTJ, Godwin, QJ, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, and Jalen Naylor, and then Bowers and Gadsden. I think this team is perfectly fine. I don't particularly see a reason to not like it. I think that looks good. Goods with another Sidekick team, 3-4-7-4. So 4 tight ends. Purdy, Rogers, Gino, CMC, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Rashad White. So yeah, That's not a ton of capital in running back, but all picks that I like there. And I know the sidekick is pretty warm on Jonathan Brooks right now. Drake London, Zay Flowers, Tet McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Tyson, Jeremy Bernard, and Tank Dell. And then Travis Kelce, Juwan Johnson, AJ Barner, and Jake Tonges. So yeah, I like the team. Like the team there. It does feel some of these late clicks, I do find the kick likes a lot. Jeremy Bernard, Tank Dell. I find that they get recommended late with some frequency. Blueless says the sidekick gave him 4 tight ends and 5 running backs. So you had a 3-5-6-4, Kyler, Bryce Young, and Tua. Jeremiah Love, Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre, JCM, and Nick Singleton. Did it really recommend Singleton? That's surprising to me because I feel like I don't see him too much. I guess he was 10 picks past ADP, which I feel like he's usually not recommended right at ADP, but also a limb could be different. Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Mekhi Lemon, Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir, and then Henry, Sadiq, Hawkinson, and Stowers. There we go. Leo asking how many games you're getting out of Dobbins. Do you ever double tap Robbins and Cole? I assume you mean Dobbins and Coleman. It's so messy there. I don't love double tapping the I don't love double tapping the Broncos. I think I've done it before, but it's not my favorite because the answer could be like Harvey on any given week. But I don't mind. I think I'm more warm on taking multiple running backs from the same backfield than maybe some other streamers are. So I don't hate that. It's just that's the one I probably kind of meh on. Go Easy Cards asking Shady, are you happy with the SK Elim performance? And Shady is, yeah, I'm happy with the team I ended up with here. And now let's check out Gunnar Ross 2-4-8-4. So only 2 QB team: Drake May, Daniel Jones, Cook, Saquon, Monty, and Pollard. Yeah, I'm not surprised it had you stop at 4. That's a pretty good running back room. Garrett Wilson, Jaden Reed, Addison, Dobbs, Casey Concepcion, Travis Hunter, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Kirk, and then Fannin, Strange, Firemouth, and Gesicki. The pick I'm most surprised on is Gesicki. I would have expected that to be another wide receiver, but yep, I like. Again, Gesicki is pretty live to score pretty similarly to the wide receivers in that range. So, yeah, like the team here from Gunnar Ross. Blueless says he never sees him top guy. Yeah, Singleton. So there you go. Higgins running out of the slot and OTAs could be smash for the Texans. Yeah, Higgins is a guy I should probably take a little more of. I think I don't know where I am at market, but all right. This Elim was a ton of fun. Let's do a BBM. Y'all hit 50 likes. We'll switch it up a bit. Waiting for 9 in this Best Ball Mania. If anyone wants to hop on in. The water's fine. But don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub. These things all help so much. Waiting for 5 in this Best Ball Mania as Top Click Tuesday rolls on. Again, don't forget to check out Legendary Upside, Pat Carrain on Top Guy Tuesday. Again, we now just have the Taco Tuesday of Best Ball. I hope everyone participates in this because it is fun. It helps me build different teams, helps me build good teams, and hopefully helps me win $2 million because that's what we're all doing this for. But we got the 6-hole Gunnar Ross at the 5, Goods at the 7, Mr. Worth at the 11, UCF Jaguar. I know they come in from time to time. They're in at the 12. Don't know if they're in here today. Is this Eric Beimfor at the 4? I don't know if that is them, but if it is, hello. Chris G says GM to you, Chris G. GM. Go Easy Cards. When will we get a $500 Membies only draft? I don't know. Gunnar Ross says it is. All right, so we will keep an eye on Mr. Beimfor as well from Spike Week. Yeah. UCF Jaguar is here. Good morning, UCF Jaguar. Appreciate you. Yeah, Go Easy Cards. We'll see if we can if the people really want that. maybe we could arrange that for something. But that's I don't do too much of the high stakes drafts. I will confess. It is it's a lot of the bankroll to fire at individual drafts. Go Easy Cards, that shady. You are welcome for making it happen. Wasn't even on that is true. We may not have run in a limb today, but we got one in, and so we got to do a little live test there. Carved Muffin's in at the 3. Carved Muffin's username is also Carved Muffin, so that one shouldn't be too hard to keep track of for us. All right, so we got Jonathan Taylor at the 6. We will take him. Pull the board up so people can see what's going on. We still do have 2 no badgers in the room, so we always could get a couple of wild cards in here. This is a tough room, Scotchy. I will say stream drafts can be pretty darn tough. That is one of the reasons you will seldom find me in a stream draft that is not my own. I'll do it like if it's a puppy, because we sometimes in the $5 drafts we can get a little loose, but I'm probably not going out of my way to join like a BBM on another channel, just because I know it's going to be another like really hard room, and I want my my room textures to be different. Like I want some drafts where it is a lot of sharp drafters, and some drafts where it's a Saturday night and maybe it's a more casual crowd. This is a BBM, Go Easy Cards. This is a BBM. Yeah, Who Aims is right. Nothing worse for a streamer to accidentally find themselves in a stream draft when trying to do a random one. Yeah, we've all had that happen. I ended up in like a Spag stream draft the other day, and I was just like, I was not trying to get in this one. I really just wanted just like a normal run-of-the-mill team. All right, Drake London, welcome to the crew. You all, I will, before I click, you might notice a very light on AJ Brown. I didn't love his price before, and we all know nothing's priced in, and I still wasn't taking AJ Brown, and now he's going in round 2. I could lose this year because of AJ Brown, but at this point I'm like, it'll be a miracle if I can get to 3 to 4%, because I just don't want to click him in round 2. I just think he is wickedly overpriced. Gunnar Ross likes to join drafts like this on Top Click Tuesday. Yeah. I suppose if you're going to join one, me telegraphing who I'm taking is probably a pretty good draft to join as a viewer. But hey, you know what? I trust the kick. Cohen says, how many BBMs are you in, saving most of my boat? I think this is number like 26 or something. I'm trying to pace myself better. Last year I got too aggressive. I also want to do mine late. Yeah, Jim, stumbling into someone's late night stream draft while trying to bum hunt, not ideal. Yeah, we've all had that happen. It's like, yeah, you save your bullet for late in the evening, and then you're like, this is not what I signed up for. All right, Javante currently at the top of the kick unless we recalculate, and he stays up there. So Javante, welcome to the team. We got Jonathan Taylor, Javante, and Drake London. I would be happy with this start every time. I like this. I like all these guys. I thought I was light on Drake London, and I'm pretty much at market, which makes me happy. Yeah, Go Easy Cards happens to me all the time while you bum hunt. My beer-filled veins are the hunted. Yeah, why do I know it? Why is Flock in this room? Oh God, we are not in the draft we thought we were in. So Mr. Bime 4, we'll keep an eye on him. Spike Week's own Hookah, AJ Brown, Rashi Rice. So next to him, Gunnar Ross, JSN, Bowers, Devonta. So 0 running backs through 3 rounds for both of these sharp drafters. We'll keep an eye on how they construct it. Do they take a running back at 44, 45? That is kind of Scatabo country. His ADP is at 43. So we'll see if that's where they go. Otherwise, when you're at 44, 45, I find myself, if I'm in that boat, taking a lot of David Montgomery. If we look my exposure, 15%. So it is hard for me to take 0 running backs through 4, but I will do it. I've been trying to do more 0 RB teams, but Group DM popping off, so much chaos this morning. Wow, more teasers. More teasers for So You Think You Can Tout from Emo Cowboy. My God. GM Jim says Emo. The tribal group. Yeah, this is give us something. Give us something, Emo. The people need something. The kick wants Mike Evans. Gosh, I want Luther Burden. The Slappy in me. The Slappy in me wants to take Burden, but alas, not today. Not today. I only have 7% of both players, so Purple Yosh asking what's going on. I need to know. Pete didn't hold back again. Stay tuned. Eric Bime4 in at the 4. Gunnar Ross takes Burden, so he's committed to a 0 RB. Terry McLaurin for Bime4. Oh my God. So there we go. 0 RB has never been tried in his bag. Man, that is I'm very excited to find out. Would the fans want Emo to take 501 or 499 site credits to eliminate PPR? That is the question. That is the question. GM Emo says, Jim, Spag stream draft is plus EV. Spags to me is very sharp drafter. I don't know if the people who tune in and draft with him would make it not so, but Spags is sharp. I'll say that. Donnie Murphy says hopefully it's getting rid of Tony Squares. So not a fan of the host of the schemer side of things. I thought Mr. Squares did a very good job. I know we have a lot of streamer fans in here, but I do have to say that. Let's see. Does it still want Devontae Adams? It does. It does. So we will boost this 4%. I think I want to be closer to 6 to 8. So I am happy with that. Bime4 says all 150 of his BBMs will be 0 RB. Bime4 has Malik Davis already queued up. Oh my gosh. Emo, dumb question, 469. There we go. That's how we know you're a millennial, because otherwise you would have said 467. That's the schism, the generational gap. I feel like PPR has to avoid fan votes most of the way. Yeah, we learned in the first fan vote that the someone might have a lot of people that watch their stream, but there's also a lot of people that don't watch people's streams and will vote against those people. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, Spags tilting draft type. Spags is fantastic. Like, Spags is a very sharp drafter. I actually learned a lot about drafting from watching Spag streams when I was getting into it. Colin can't stand Square's voice. I disagree. I thought he was kind of captivating. I can finally go watch their entry. Yeah, Emo. Because now it's not because I know these streamers were like not watching. They didn't want to give a view. That's how cutthroat it was. Splash Play, one of my first stream. Same Spags and Pete. I agree. Spags is my boy. Yeah. Spags has popped in here before. He's left a comment on some stuff. I really appreciate that. Burden and Judkins were IKB. I'll be the only sidekick user with 12 to 15% burden. Yeah. Hanging out a lot in Slappy Central is going to lead me to being overweight Burden. So let's see. Bime4 with McLaurin. I'm sure he would want Jaden Daniels. It'd be a real shame. Oh, so we don't even get Jaden Daniels. I was going to take him. Goods snapped him off. We'll take Hurts. We'll take Hurts. So there we go. So a couple of elite QBs go here. Daniels, Hurts. It's so hard for me to take Burrow ahead of those guys. We did this last year too. remember Joe Burrow would either go at pick like 48, 49, or he would fall to this pick 72 because T Higgins' ADP, what was it? I think it was like 27. So Higgins and Jamar Chase always went to one of the 1 through 3 drafters. And then the question was, would Joe Burrow make it all the way back? This year, Higgins is on the right side of the board, so you don't see it quite as much. He tends to go kind of on one side or the other. And then occasionally some integrity protector in the 6th round grabs him. But with that said, I still really have a hard time taking Joe Burrow ahead of Hurts or Daniels. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too rushing QB pilled. Spags streams now. I'm pretty sure he's back in the, or I don't know if he ever really left, but I'm pretty sure he's out there. Personal preference, says Cullen. Donnie doesn't like his voice. He says fake. I think that's just how he sounds. Spags always stays true to himself. His crash out on the Greek from DFS Army was instant. You know what? I have to confess, I did not watch the crash out, but I should go back and watch it. Go Easy Card says Spags added an NBA DFS channel, been doing mostly that, but has done some NFL best ball and created his own drafting tool. Yeah. Yep. Donnie, it's emo or bust for So You Think You Can Tout. He's been the logical choice since day one. Am I an emo cuck? No, you're just a fan of what you like. You just enjoy emo Cowboys content, as I do as well. All right, the Sidekick is having us take DK Metcalf, so let's do it. DK Metcalf, welcome to the team. We've got a 1-2-4-0 with Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte, Drake London, Mike Evans, Devonta Adams, and DK Metcalf. So there we go. I am the KY. Only 4 rounds. I'll let Eric know that he's pretty soft to call the 0 RB. Yeah, he capitulated and took Tootin. Gunnar Ross capitulated and took Judkins. I have warmed up to Tootin a lot with the with this C-Rod foot stuff. I now am just like I need to be at 8% Tootin at a bare minimum. Emo fanboy, we ride with emo. I respect it, says emo. I use the BBC. Yes, insert joke. The British Broadcasting Company, the Balboa Beach Company. I don't know what you possibly could be talking about. Later, y'all, work calls. All right, what perfect note to end on, emo. Dear God, Go Easy Cards. Even if we won't admit it in public, we will all need our daily. I think a lot of people admit it in public. Go Easy Cards. People are emo's fans are legion. All right, let's see. We're coming up at pick 91. I will just say right now, I would be somewhat surprised. I'm wondering if it'd have Dak ahead of yeah, I think the Sidekick has Dak ahead of Mahomes anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dak's ADP is way ahead of Mahomes. So I don't think Dak's actually going to fall to us. If he did, I would be windmill in Dak Prescott to pair with Javonte versus Mahomes unstacked. Unfortunately, heavy hitter takes Dak. So there goes that. As you can see, we have 28% Patrick Mahomes. I mean, again, I spend a lot of time in Davis's Discord. Take a lot of Mahomes. The Sidekick likes Mahomes. There is this. I am inevitably going to end up with a metric ton of Pat Mahomes on my my stuff. So we will grab him here per the kick, and there we go. We'll be interested to see if we stop at 2 QBs with Hurts and Mahomes or not. My guess would be if Brock Purdy came all the way back to us, we would take him. But my guess is Brock Purdy does not last to pick 102 in this environment, especially with 3 drafters with no quarterbacks to my left. Best ball champion Sims and overlay tool. There we go. I agree, Chris. Work is a poor excuse. Come on, Emo. You can't just leave us with the nugget that Pete's in his bag and the group chat's popping off. We need more. Doctor won the professor. Faff, if it comes down to you, and PPR emo. Then Pete brings BBG as a guest. This feels like straight out of WWE. The special guest referee, BBG. Best ball champion. Oh, it's a drafting tool. Or what emo calls us banana. There we go. There we go. I didn't realize he called it the best ball champion. That's a pretty good bit. That's a pretty good bit. All right. Whew. It's been a lot. It's been a lot this morning. But appreciate all of you hanging out. As top, thank God it's Top Click Tuesday. I don't know if I could have kept up with you all and then had to couldn't lean so heavily on Sack and Shady in my corner. Gunner quit his job to watch best ball content full time. Appreciate you, Gunner Ross. Jonathan Brooks goes, see, I said I appreciate you, and then you took him from my queue. But you know what? It's okay because we got Xavier Worthy. So hopefully if Davis is watching, he's happy, smiling down on us as we take Worthy to pair with Mahomes. Running back is pretty light. We got Javonte and Jonathan Taylor, and that is it. We have 2 running backs through 9, but you know what? So does the 2-hole. The 2-hole has Bijan and Warren, so they're even in thinner straits than we are. Although this QB the king, they only have Ken Walker and Josh Jacobs. Meeting canceled. I'm back, says Emo. There we go. We are so back. Donnie Murphy, appreciate you, Chad. Outside doing yard work, listening to you on a gorgeous morning up in New Hampshire. Hey, that's awesome, Donnie Murphy. I hope you're having a good one. It was nicer here in Baltimore. It was actually a little cooler than it has been. So I hope you're beating the heat out there, Donnie Murphy. ATX Bearcat Spags rant on DFS Army was epic. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Chris says, my wife will quit her job if I bink a big tournament. No way I'm quitting my job. Going to work until I die if I can. See, that's a good sign that you're actually doing something that you really like. So I'm glad that you would continue doing it even by choice. I would love to bink a big best ball tournament. That would be pretty darn sweet. We got 80 watching, Gunner Ross. I am very, very happy with that. Very happy with that. And again, we're trying to get to 1,000 subs before football season starts. If you can, if you haven't subbed yet, drop a like, drop a sub. Appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. We got Aaron Jones, Travis Kelce at the top of the kick. Aaron Jones goes, Goods is going to steal Travis Kelce from me. I can feel it. He takes Matt Stafford. Yes, we get Travis Kelce. Please don't recalculate. Okay. We had no tight ends, and we have Pat Mahomes. I really wanted that to pan out. Emo says, I play best ball to quit my job and make this my main thing. Let me start over. I play best ball to quit my job and make this ish my main thing because I enjoy it, even if it can be a lot of work. So I agree, Emo. I agree. I really want to make this what I do. And let me put this delicately. Let me preface this by saying I really like Goofy Chicken, but the way we were introduced him was him saying I want the soft life. This stuff is not as easy as it looks. It is not easy to stay up to date on everything. It's not easy to come every day and bring it. So yes, it is soft in the sense that we are not doing backbreaking physical labor, and it is, at the end of the day, we're playing fantasy football, but it is not as easy as it looks to keep doing it. So I don't, I would feel like a lot of people who do content full time would, and I don't even get to do this full time. But yeah, I would absolutely love to make this what I do, but it's like you said, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. If I bink, I'm gonna act like I'm still going to work 100%. 100%. Jordan Mason. You know what? I'm actually happy with this because I did not want to only have 1% Jordan Mason. He's a guy I've said that I need more of. I find myself just clicking Aaron Jones over Mason every time. And what is that? This is probably a lot closer to a coin flip than the way I've been drafting them. So, whoa, I just highlighted the entire draft board. Gunnar Ross, Top Cook Tuesday. What a good advertisement for the Sidekick. I hope they think so. I hope they don't mind me doing this, because I'd like to think that this is a net positive for the good folks at Leg Up Industry, because I like doing this. I like doing this segment. Boogie, just hide at a coffee shop. You don't need to use commas. It's up to the streamer to figure it out. Not so narrowcast. Commas would have helped me though, but yes. Emo says, Goofy's learned just how much work this is. Man, this people don't know how much work and time was a note coming off at this week's challenge. 100%. 100%. It's a lot of work to keep the chat trolls golden. You streamers need. I agree, Go Easy Cards. It is so hard to stream without an audience. So I thank each and every one of you for keeping this so fresh and so fun. Yeah, save the syntax for the emails. I'll figure it out. Besides, if I have to read a comment 3 times, it just helps me. Chris says, I'm very likely to run for mayor of my tiny... oh my gosh. I want to win BBM so that I could support your mayoral candidacy, Chris. I would blanket your town in yard signs. Although, as they say, yard signs don't vote. So we might have to get people going door to door for Chris. All right, Sidekick wants Dallas Goddard. I don't mind that. We got Hurts. We'll get Hurts paired up with his tight end. We'll get Mahomes with his. Not bad, not bad. Tight end still a little sketchy. But what is Tyrone Tracy and Woody Marks really going to do for this team? Sometimes I think it's the one thing the Sidekick does teach that I really think is important is it's easy to look at a team and be like, I need a running back, and then you just like take one to like fill a void on your roster. And the Sidekick is basically saying like, that's not actually helping you win more money. Like, don't just take something because it's going to make your team look pretty or fill out your 3-5-7-3 that you want. So I do like that a lot. Purple Yosh, I consider going pro, then lose 1,000 in a week on modest baseball volume and realize I should keep the yeah. Keep the Westlaw gig. I hear that. Yeah, we do need you, Charles. I agree, Emo. I agree. Jim says, I don't know what I need to win to quit my job, but Underdog isn't offering a prize that's big enough yet. What about DraftKings $3 million? What about that? It's got to be close. Got to be close. So fresh and so clean, says Cullen and Outcast. Gunnar Ross did not quit, got out of the Navy after 21 years. Well, thank you for your service, Gunnar Ross. You have earned your quasi-retirement. And I say quasi because these DFS and bus ball streets are not the most relaxing way to spend time. All right, Mendoza goes. So does it actually want Juwan Johnson? It's kind of interesting. That's an interesting click to me that it prefers Johnson to all the other tight ends here. I don't have any kind of problem with it. I think it's a very flat tier. But yeah, Juwan Johnson, welcome aboard. Go Easy Cards. I need beers, drafts, candles in the morning, and the community. 100%. Go Easy Cards. 100%. Same for me, Jim. But I'd half-ass it until they laid me off. You know what? I feel like at work, sometimes it's actually more work to not do anything than to do something. It's incredibly boring if you're just like phoning it in. Might as well actually do something. But yeah, it also depends on the job. Emo, I do want to bank big because I've got a list of local businesses and people I want to give a chunk to because I appreciate it. I am rooting for you as well. I am rooting for you as well. Yeah, truly, Gunnar. Truly appreciate that. A career man, says Chris. Good on you. Cullen. Oh, I thought you said later. I thought you were trying to kick him off. Cullen says, why aren't you paying us mods? The Toxic Tower. Cullen is a mod in the Toxic Tower, and my gosh, that is a full-time job there. BBG isn't on the list. That's fair. That's fair. What? Watch out for Gunny. Yeah, truly. I know, 80. 80 viewers. I am floored and really appreciate all of you you hanging out, watching us do this draft here. We'll see if we do get Tajay Spears or not. Sean Tucker's been rising a lot. That's starting to get pretty expensive for Sean Tucker. But you know, if we're not taking Bucky, we need to be taking Tucker and Gainwell, because the answer to Tampa's running back question is not going to be nobody. So Debo goes, do we take Dylan Sampson gets me lifted? It looks like we do. So Dylan Sampson, welcome to the team. Chris said, $2 million is plenty for my wife to quit. No mortgage. The financial advisor would have a set. Boom. That's all we need. Go AZ Card. After this draft is complete, please grade the best sidekick clicks and the most confusing for today's lesson. I mean, candidly, Go AZ Cards, the one that confused me was the Bo Nix click in the first draft. Just because I believe it was over Purdy, who would have been stacked. But again, he just in that particular run must have simmed out very well. That was the only one that I had that I usually I feel like I can kind of get to the conclusion. I think that was the one that kind of stumped me a little bit. But for the most part, I feel like when you zoom out, the everything makes a lot of sense. Al Boogie would buy BBG a tent so we can move to LA. Yeah, I actually wanted to actually reached out to BBG because I'm going to LA for the USA Paraguay game, and unfortunately we couldn't make it happen. But I'd love to hang with BBG sometime. Stribling at the top of the ADP charts and the kick. Love that. Jajon Stribling, welcome to the team. Yeah. Go Easy Cards. Have you made more coffee? People need to know. Emo says, I'm with you, Chris. Only one of us having a job and me working anything I actually don't hate. Bink, move to Portugal, work easy, job, stream, profit, Mets. Boom. The move to Portugal. Gosh, isn't that the millennial dream? You look up the cost of living, you see Portugal. It's I feel like there's many such cases, Emo. Many such cases. Not so narrowcast. I see what you're doing. I'm afraid if I bring that up, YouTube is gonna like flag the content. But yes, commas are important. If I read all that, you guys know I will Ron Burgundy stuff. Bo Nix because of the Denver New England Week 7. It could have been Arlox. That does make a certain amount of sense. Al Boogie, I hope you're naming these sidekick drafts so we can. I'll name this run of 3 after. Because I want to see how they end up. Rank the 3 drafts today by best is still good. Even with the Knicks pick, I actually really like that draft because it did go hyper fragile, and I'm usually kind of scared to actually do it. So I'd say that one. Maybe this, then the elim draft. It's hard for me to grade an eliminator draft because I haven't done very many of them. I mean, I like the team, but I don't really have any point of comparison. But I feel like my eliminator team was perfectly fine. I think it was generally well constructed. I don't know, maybe I'd rank that second and this one third. But I also don't mind this team at all. I feel like it's pretty good. I am wow, Mike Gesicki. The sidekick really likes Mike Gesicki. Not afraid of Eric All. All right, you know what? I'm gonna bump this one to third place. I still like the team. I can't say I would take Mike Gesicki in this spot. Just hand up. That is someone that I'm fairly light on. I probably would have taken one of these other receivers or just taken Stowers and done the Stowers-Goddard thing that I kind of liked more than Gesicki. But again, I'm not going to be like, oh, this draft stinks because I disagree with the 16th round pick, so. Elite thumbnail. Hey, appreciate that, Cullen. I like the idea. You know what's funny is this was a Chat GPT special. I asked it what I wanted, and it said like, this prompt violates our policy on like gore and violence. I'm like, I'm like, please don't make it violent. I just want me looking like the Terminator. Like, where did you get gore from? It was like the simplest prompt. I was like, oh, come on. I'm like, I don't know what you were trying to do the first time. Miss Joker was a fan of the thumbnail. Excellent. Excellent. You just need a second home when Europe shuts down for the summer. They're not lying about the no AC thing. I was there when I was there 2 weeks ago. It was hot. It was really hot and nowhere had air conditioning except the car. When you get to Portugal, you'll be moving back within a year. The cheap wine can only get you so far. 3393 build win. I love the 3393. Truly. Emo loved Portugal. I doubt I'd move back full time. Yeah. All right, we're up. Keenan Allen. I have taken no Keenan Allen. Wow. All right, Keenan Allen, welcome to the crew. I'm actually genuinely scared Keenan Allen is retiring from professional football. But you know what? If he doesn't, you won't be able to get him in round 17. Yeah, let that be a lesson to get a little uncomfortable. 100%. 100% go AZ cards. Grant says everyone is drafting similar teams with the sidekick. It depends on the room, Grant. First of all, good morning. Hope you're having a good one. I think we saw the last draft, everyone kind of had different builds. I feel like the sidekick will take you down very different paths, kind of depending on things. In some rooms, yes, but certainly not every time. Not so narrowcast. 0 chance Gesicki mathematically helps that team compared to a bunch of other picks. Show me the proof of it. I think they work very hard to get the math right. So that is according to this run of sims and probabilities, Gesicki adds the most to the team. I agree, not so narrowcast. I said myself, this is not the pick I would make, but again, that's why we do this. I do not have enough hubris to say I definitively know more than leg up in the kick. So I'm going to do some drafts where I do this, where I top click, and then most of the week I will top click sometimes, but I will argue with it. You know, that's how I choose to use the tool. You know, but I think there's merit to however you want to do it. All right. Let's see. Go AZ cards. Very disappointed. Candles didn't go in a studio and do a sanctuary draft. Yeah, I probably should have, right? I definitely could have used an editor. Christian Kirk at the top of the kick. So there we go. 3, 4, 8, 4. Excuse me, 2, 4, 8, 4. Hurts, Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Jordan Mason, Dylan Sampson, Drake London, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Worthy, Stribling, Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, and then Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson, and Mike Gesicki. Very uncomfy team, but honestly, zooming out on the chart, I kind of like it. And you know what? We ended up with 8 receivers. So truly, if I took another receiver over Gesicki, is there really that big a functional difference? Had we taken, Dontavian Wicks there? Maybe not. So I don't know. I don't have the sidekick set on 2022. Yeah, Gunnar Ross is labeling this one. I'll check that. Ticket to Portugal. Gesicki and Allen mean your team is already cooking and it's throwing high ceiling darts. All right. There we go. I don't think the sidekick just flips coins. I don't think that's how it works. But hey, 2 QB 4 RB. Hey, I mean 2 QB is if you ever watch the Liam Murphy stream, you'll know 2 QB can get it done. He won BBM, and it was really 1 QB. Just Fields was on his Allen team, and Fields I think contributed 6 points. I'm also uncomfy with my team having 2 QB and Bryce Young as my QB too. Yeah. Well, we got to get a little uncomfy sometimes. Go easy card. So if you round up 2 spike weeks, as long as it's week 15 to 17, even better. 100%. All right, let's check in on a few teams here, and then we'll get out of here. Carved Muffin, let's look at you. What'd you do? 2-6-7-3. So like you said, Purdy and Bryce Young only. Love, Brees, Monty, Chuba, Algier, Alvin Kamara. I like your running back room. Chase, Waddle, Lemon, Pearsall, Wandale, Hurst, Brazel. I like your wide receiver room. Kittle, Sadiq, AJ Barner. I like your team. I no notes. I feel like this is a good team. Like I don't have much to add. I like all the players. I like your draft capital. I think it's a good team. Let's see what Eric Vinefor did. Spike Week's own 2-6-7-3. Goff, Malik Willis. So week 6 is going to be tough. Week 6, Mr. Vinefor is going to get 0 QB points. Byshell Tootin, RJ Harvey, Blake Corum, J.K. Dobbins, Keaton Missile, Ray Davis. Like the room. So this was a 0 RB team. Puka, A.J. Brown, Rashi Rice, Terry McLaurin, Parker Washington, Rashid Shaheed, and Flournoy. And then Gunnar Helm, Terrence Ferguson, Colby Parkinson. He does the 2 Rams tight end thing. I think my biggest critique would be just the 2 bye-week quarterbacks. I'm as a rule, I just don't think I'll ever do that. But otherwise, I don't mind the way his team came together. Gunnar Ross, 3-5-8-2. Drake May, Mendoza, Aaron Rodgers. So Drake May and then a couple later quarterbacks. Judkins, Pollard, Brooks, Rashad White, Woody Marks. Like the running back room there. JSN, Devonta, Burden, Diggs, Bernard, AD Mitchell, Mooney, and Jack Bet. Was Jack Betch a sidekick pick? If you're still here, Gunnar Ross, I'm very curious if that was a sidekick pick. And then Bowers, Fannin. Yeah, I like your team, Gunnar Ross. Goods, 3-4-8-3. Daniel, Stafford, CJ Stroud. CMC, Henry, Kyron, and DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I mean, this is where stopping at 4 just makes a ton of sense. Like, this is a really, strong-looking running back room. I like that there. Igbuka, Alec Pierce, Godwin, Shakir, Debo, Judy, Wicks, and Cooper Kupp. And then Laporta, Gadsden, and Schultz. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not so narrow cast. Anything can win BBM. My point stands. It was Gesicki versus quarterback or running back, but I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there was still any quarterbacks left at that point. Not so narrow. Yeah, there are good commas there. So he has nobody stacked. Got it. Well, to be fair to Mr. Vinefor, one of them was Malik Willis, who you don't need to stack. But yeah, an unstacked Goff and Malik Willis in a week 6 bye. I'm struggling there. Hey, appreciate you. Coezy Cards. PS Spags says he listens to Candles in the morning while working out. Oh, awesome. Well, if you're working out today, Spags, appreciate you. Vinefor had to auto that draft. There's no way. Oh. Not so narrow likes the Betch pick. Second on the pick, says Gunnar Ross. Okay, that makes sense. I like Eric's team, but the double bye QB in the tight end room is brutal. Yeah, the tight end room is pretty brutal. And the other problem with taking the 2 Rams tight ends is, like, you also could get, like, Higbeed or Max Claird. Isn't he they took a rookie. I think it was Claire. 80% top click. Okay. Sidekick users, do you have a rule that you will click one of the top 3? I do not have that rule. Go AZ Cards. Gunnar Ross clicks a lot of the top 3. But yeah, I mean, I tend to, but I don't have like a rule. That could have used a comma. Goods use custom ranks. All right, let's see. I think, was anyone else in that room? Oh, Mr. Worth. 2-6-7-3. Allen and Nix. Genty, Saquon, Price, Coleman, Emmett Johnson, Kalen Black. This feels like a Mr. Binninger team, Mr. Worth team. I mean, Tet McMillan, Odunze, Sutton, Golden, Hunter, Tank Dell, Chris Bell, and then Kraft, Kincaid, Chig. I like your team, Mr. Worth. I like your team. That's an arrow. I think they should incorporate a WWSD. What would Sherman do? Waiting the final sidekick picks. Well, everyone, I appreciate you all so much. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub. These things all help a ton. This was a ton of... Oh, UCF, of course. Apologies. I almost missed you. UCF Jaguar, 3-5-7-3. Burrow, T-Law, and Jameis Winston. Oh my God. I haven't seen anyone take Jameis Winston. I don't know if I love taking backup quarterbacks in BBM, I have to say. James Cook, Omarion Hampton, Kyle Monungai, Krosky Merritt, Mike Washington, Neighbors, Higgins, BTJ, Coker, Antonio Williams, Tesla, Trey Harris, and then Pitts likely and Strange. Yeah, I mean, my only quibble really is the Jameis pick. Even in a world where Dart gets hurt and he plays, he still has to outscore Burrow and T-Law to even hit your lineup. I don't know that I would do that. Gunnar Ross, my only pushback with custom ranks is I like to see where they would actually click and then go off of what I think is smart and then see how the sidekick adjusts. Yeah, I worry about putting custom ranks in and like really mucking with the sidekick inputs too much myself. Yeah, I do feel like it's tough to see that as like is optimal. All right, everyone. I will see you all. It may or may not be tomorrow. I'm a little bit of a game time decision. I'm flying out, but again, y'all are the best. If you can, leave a comment after. That helps a ton with the algo. But yeah, great stream. Who needs a tool when you're a tool? That's my excuse. That is not true, Go AZ Cards. That is not true. Hey, appreciate you, Crossface. Appreciate you. All right, I'll see you all. Take care.